It's so cold. So it's currently minus 24 degrees out. I've shot here before. This is Scotsman's Lookout in Calgary. We're going to see today if we can take pictures in frigid cold temperatures. Some of you may come from warmer climates and not know if you can take photos in cold temperatures. You want to come to Canada, you want to photograph Banff, and you're not sure if you can do it when it's minus 25 or 22 or 30 below out. The answer is yes. A couple of tricks though you want to do is your extra batteries. I've got them inside my my inside pocket, my Mickey pocket, and also when I'm done shooting today, I'm going to pull my memory cards out here before I leave, put my camera in my camera bag. Then when I get home, I'm not going to open the camera bag right away. I'm going to let that camera warm up to room temperature for a couple of hours. Otherwise condensation sets in and you're looking at some issues. We don't want to do that to our gear, right? So let's get the camera on Brian here and see what we get. We're just going to wait for the colors to come up a little bit. We're about a half an hour away from sunset. We're just going to let the light darken here a little bit. Let the city lights come on. The Calgary Tower has now lit. The dome is lit as well. There's a lot of atmosphere today. It's almost foggy. There's a little speckle of snow falling. There's little specks of snow falling. But what I'm shooting for today is building exhaust. I want to show the cold temperatures in the photo. I want to get that message across today in my photography. And coming out when it's super cold, the building exhausts are going to be big today. So with a really longer exposure, we'll get the building exhaust wispy and should be pretty good. As you can see right now, the dome is venting some exhaust. We'll shoot here for a little bit, and then as it gets darker, we're going to make our way over another couple of hundred yards where I shot there before in summer, and we'll do a little wider perspective as well. This shot is fairly straightforward. We're just going to do the hero shot straight on in, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's get the camera out. Also, one more tip for you guys: layers, layers, layers. I've got 4 layers on, a scarf, a balaclava, my puke is on. Last thing you want to do is get frostbite out here. I'm going to show you a shot right now. I'll just take it so you can see what it's like right now. And I want to show you the difference between taking a shot right now in the cold and then waiting for the light to go down. We're still looking for my favorite time, that blue hour. There's not going to be a sunset tonight because of the cloud cover, but we're just going to wait for blue hour where there's still a little light in the sky, but the building lights are on, creating a really nice ambient glow. What I'm hoping for is the light from the buildings is going to bounce off all this atmosphere, this kind of fogginess that we've got going on, and create a nice overall reddish purpley glow as well. So there's one building I'm really excited to shoot tonight, and that's right here. This building is called the Telus Sky Building, and there's a light display. There it is right there. And that's called the Aurora. And every night it's lit up, and it's actually a really cool light display. I'm hoping to get that. That's going to create a little bit of a challenge. So as the light drops, and I need a longer shutter time to get the proper exposure, it might just come off as a glow, and I want to create that shape that's happening there. So probably what I'm going to have to do is I'll expose once for this building, and then I'll expose for the overall shot, combine them together, and hopefully get a shot that I want. I'm a little concerned about the exhaust that I want coming across the building. That'll be a wispy exhaust. And when we do a shorter exposure, it'll look just kind of like it is now. But the building lights are turning on. As you can tell, as I was just talking, the saddle dome, I don't know if you can tell or not, but the bottom lights of the saddle dome just kicked on as well. So we're getting into that light that I want. Won't be long now. So the light's not exactly what I want just yet, but I'm going to do a test shot to show you guys what it looks like just at sunset right now. So I'm at F4, ISO's 100, 1/10 of a second. I'm going to pop on the 2-second timer so I don't get any camera shake. There we go. We'll pop the shot. I don't really like it. There's no drama there at all. There's no dynamic impact from the building lights just yet. So we're just going to hold tight and wait it out. Hopefully not become hypothermic and get frostbite. Another challenge that I'm facing tonight is going to be this camera here that you're watching this off of. I'm going to have to bump the ISO up pretty high because in this area there's no streetlights around me, so it's going to get pretty dark. So just bear with the graininess and hopefully you can see what I'm doing here, but we're getting close now. So let's do another test shot here. I am at, let's go 1/4 of a second, still at F4 because I want to get as much light in there as I possibly can. And then later on when I go for the money shot, I'm going to crank that f-stop up because I want those streetlights to turn into starbursts. So I'll show you that trick here in a second. But for right now, F4, ISO's 100, and we're at 1/4 of a second. And I missed the shot completely because I bumped my camera. Let's get recomposed here. Okay, that should do it there. Yes. At 1/4 of a second, I'm not getting the wispiness that I want. So I know that that's going to be a longer, it's probably going to be about a 15-second exposure as the lights drop here. But as you can see, that Telus building, I don't know if you can see in the camera or not, it's moving quite a good clip tonight. The tower there is a really nice orange color tonight, and it's a solid color, which is great. I don't have to worry about exposing for that at all. I think we're at that perfect time right now. We're going to do the long exposure shot first. So we're at F16. Remember, anything after F11, those little circle streetlights turn into stars, and that's what we want. The bottom of the dome, the way those lights are right there, should turn into stars. Actually, let's go a little higher. Let's go F20. ISO is going to be 100, and my shutter speed will have to go up quite a bit. So it's telling me it's got to be 20 seconds. So let's do a test shot here and see what we get. I'm focusing in just on the dome itself at F20. It doesn't matter, it'll all be in focus. Here we go, 2-second timer. You don't have to wait, here it is. For some reason I'm having focusing issues tonight. I just realized what it is. My stabilizer is on my lens. So I'm going to stop this shot. And I'm going to shut off my lens stabilization. Anytime you do long exposures, you have to shut off your lens stabilization because it creates a shake, and that's what was happening there. So I'm an idiot. So let's try this again. So we're still at F20, ISO's 100, 20-second exposure. We're going to pop the shot, see what we get. It's underexposed just a little bit because it brings out a little bit more sky color there, but I love the fact that the dome is red, the Calgary Tower is red. You can't see the tower right now, but let me turn a little bit here. I love how that looks. So now we just got to wait for the telesky to give me a pattern I like. But camera setting wise, we are going to go, we're going to drop the f-stop down to F4. ISO, I'm going to bump that up to probably about 800 so we can get a good fast shutter speed, or a faster shutter speed without a lot of grain. That gives us 1/8 of a second. So let's just wait for a cool display to come up. I really like that blue snaky thing that was happening here. All right, I've increased the ISO on the film camera here so you guys can see what's happening a little better. It's a little brighter. Right now it's on auto ISO, so it's at 6400. So it's going to get a little grainy here, but that way you can see what's going on. I really am just waiting for a cool pattern to come up on that building right there. As soon as it does, my camera's over here on this side. And we'll get the shot. Let me move you so you can see the camera as well. So after looking at that, I really like that pattern a lot. So that's the one I'm going to go with. I've also noticed one thing that's happening here. The exhaust from this building right here is actually lighting up. So I'm going to go wide on this shot and get that in there, get the glow of the downtown in there. I'm going to jump back, increase my shutter speed to 20 seconds like I did before, and then increase my f-stop to that 16 or to the 20 again, so we get the stars on the building. And then we'll drop the ISO down to 100. So I'm actually going to bump my f-stop down to 16 so I can get a little better exposure. So here we go. F16, 20 seconds, ISO's 100. I want the glow of the exhaust lighting up the buildings. That green is really nice. Hopefully that stays. And I can take a shot for the Telesky building with that green right now. That's fantastic. That's nice. Now we'll do a quick one for that building. I'm talking fast, please forgive me. FA 4.5, 800, hopefully about a quarter of a second. Yes, and we'll pop that. I didn't get focus. There we go. We'll pop that. Great, now I'm going to go in tight for that shot like I was originally planning. The big trick about the composition is I want to make sure that the saddle dome, the S of the sign of the saddle dome, is dead center of my frame. And then make sure I've got some headroom on top of it to get the exhaust, and then pop the shot. This is going to be, we're exposing for the Telus building right now because that glow that's happening right now is really cool. Let me turn you so you can see it. There it is there. We'll just pop that really quickly here. I like the glow of the red, and it goes all white. Here comes the red now. See how fast it's moving? There's some red. Do one more. Perfect. Now I'm going to go dreamy and misty for the building exhaust. F16. And drop that ISO down to 100. And then change my mind. I'm going to do 25 seconds on this. Here we go. I just looked at my phone, minus 26. I think I froze my Wookiee. I like that a lot. So for this one, I'm going really, really tight on the dome. This one's the long exposure, then we'll do the short exposure, and then we'll get out of there. That is fantastic right now. So let's do the short exposure. Here comes the red. One more, hopefully, for the red with the 2-second timer. It's kind of tricky. Oh, that looks so good. So we'll combine those. I know at the beginning of this video I said I was going to go to another location. Scratch that. I am frozen like a popsicle. So we are out of here. I've been here for about an hour and a half. We're going to go get a coffee and go home. In the meantime, and in between time, stay healthy, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll catch you next time, guys. And
as always, guys, please rock the subscribe button and ring the bells for notifications. We'll check you next time.